Coast FM 963, you're on Raw Youth Disability Radio. We are up here roving and reporting on a field trip in Carrington, Newcastle, where we've been invited to check out a fantastic little studio based on people living with disabilities, getting the chance to work in music production and all sorts of things. It's called The Vibe, and joining us right now is one of the main men here, Grant. How are you today, Grant?
I'm wonderful, yeah, thanks. I love the DJ voice came in straight away. I love that. So it's FM 96.3. You've got Angus. He's got the dulcet tones here.
Thank you. That's how I got the job, I suppose. And Coast FM, that's our tagline. Grant, we are here at the place called The Vibe. Tell us all about it. What is The Vibe, first and foremost?
The Vibe is all about to support people just to get over any hurdles and obstacles, usually through their passion, what they're into, and then it's fantastic because then you get this social and community thing happens and individuals can be themselves, be individuals, enjoy having routines, going to somewhere cool. And as you'll see, this place is very cool. It's a very cool place.
Oh, for sure. And if you'll pardon the pun, even just walking in here and coming into the office for the first time, the vibe that we saw here was pretty amazing. So I can definitely see where the name came from. Now, what sort of programs do you have here? What sort of things do you have on offer at the Vibe?
We run about 25 programs. We have a wonderful team here. So we've got Britt and Sarah run all the other artistic sort of stuff. So from pottery to painting to drawing to sewing. And we've just got a 3D printer. We've got all these banging toys here, right? Those guys are just all over that. The stuff they knock out is just amazing stuff. Doing sculptures, masks, like really, really cool stuff. And really high-end stuff. We do high-end stuff here. So with music, we do like instrument. You can come play drums, learn drums, guitar, bass, sing. We do karaoke. We do music production if you're into that. We record people. We do guitar building, guitar maintenance. Oh, yeah. So Mark, one of our other guys, does all that. We've got about probably 5 really good guitar players and drummers and bass players and singers on the staff. So there's a lot of us play music really well, and we've always done that. So we do playing in a band as well. We do fitness. We do cooking, we do independent living, budgeting, help with getting jobs, all that sort of stuff. So a lot of stuff, a hell of a lot of stuff. We're like our own little world here, and it's a wonderful world. Partner, she came up with the name, and it was just right straight away, because when you walk in here, you just go, this is a great vibe here. It just is. Yeah. You kind of just want to hang here all day anyway. So it's like, for me, that, you know, I spend a lot of time here, but it's like I'm just in my own cool vibe world anyway. Yeah. And everyone that comes in is the same.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And like you said, wow, there's a lot of avenues here. You guys really have not left any stones unturned. There's so much happening in here. It's not just music, it's not just performance, it's all facets of arts as well. If there's anyone listening in right now who might want to find out more about the Vibe or find out information, all that sorts of things, where can they go online?
Facebook, The Vibe Newcastle. We'll get you there and you can check us out. So, yeah, it'd be a Facebook thing. You can get me at grant@thevibenewcastle.com as well, if anyone out there is interested. That's grant@thevibenewcastle.com.
Fantastic. But one thing I was wondering is, you personally, how did you get into the side of music?
I was just addicted to guitar. I literally learnt guitar straight away, about 10. So I've been playing for 45 years now. That's 55 I just loved it, and I started writing songs really early in life too. Probably year 7 I started writing songs. So the next logical step was to start a band. And
what was that band?
Well, that was a band with Dave Gleeson and my best mate Frankie Wawa, and we were at school together, so we started playing at school, and we did about 1,000 gigs for 5 years, and that morphed into the Screaming Jets. So yeah, it goes back a long way. We were around Newcastle for probably about 7 years before we fully moved to Sydney. We moved to Sydney and we, signed record deals and did all the big stuff and had hit records and all that wonderful stuff, and we lived the dream for a long, long time. That's fast forward 30 years or so. Yeah. Wow. I kind of wanted to do other things, as you do, because all I'd ever done is play in a band. And then I just thought, I just wanted to do much more. So I studied business at the time, and then I was already producing and had studios and did all that. And so then I got, qualified in music and production and performance and all these things. And then I just started teaching sound production and performance and all that sort of stuff. And then I always used to like working with people with brain injuries or blind. I've always loved working with people that had disabilities. And some of the most tremendous musicians I've ever met have come from there. I didn't know about this thing called disability support because I live in a bubble. I realised that there was such a thing. I'm like, but I always do this. I've always done this. So then I learned the things like the NDIS and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, wow. And then a guy that had another company said, I don't believe you don't do this. Like, why don't you do this? And I'd never really considered it. A couple of months later, I went, this is what I'll do. So I started the Vibe. My business partner, Hope, and I have been going for 3.5 years now, and I just love it. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I just want to do this for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's so nice. And you can really tell, like, just walking down the corridor earlier, seeing you and how much you've enjoyed it, the people that we've seen, like, in the studios and stuff on the side, everyone's just got a smile on their face and you're just letting their creative side run riot. Now, you, like you said, you're obviously very experienced in the realm of music, performance and production and all that. How do you use those skills and your experience to help the people here at the Vibe?
You know, everyone's an individual, so we've got a wide range of skill level or commitment or whatever to doing it. I have guys that are so high-end into doing this, and this is a wonderful thing. You know, I've got, you know, you see things like Silicon Valley, places like in IT and that are looking at high people with autism that are really, they're just so switched on with certain things. I've got some guys here that are into that. They're doing degree-level sound production, the most hardcore recording software, and that's fascinating. Then I've got people that are just inherently beautiful singers that have never sung before, and I'm recording them, and they go, wow, how good do I sound? And I'm like, yeah, of course you do, but they've never been there. But, you know, then we're like, some people just want to learn how to play guitar or sing or drum. So it's very wide like the entrance you walked into. It's a good thing I've just sold a lot of my amps, because that was like, this place has also been a bit like my amp and guitar, and it quite often looks like a guitar shop. It's getting a bit better though, so I'm glad you didn't trip over an amp when you walked in.
Yeah, no, I watched my step, don't worry about that. I'm known as the clumsy one at times, so don't worry, I'm looking exactly where I'm going. But for you, one last question. What is, if you can name one, or multiple if you want, what is like the most rewarding or your favourite part about being here at the Vibe?
That's an easy one, and automatically it's feeling the joy and the happiness and the vibe from the people that come here. They make my day better. Everyone that comes in here is just so full of life and full of beans. And you know, I've some people that have got some really serious disabilities too, and you just go, what am I worried about? Look how happy these people are. Look how banging these dudes are, you know? Look, one other thing I just want to say really quickly was we've got wonderful staff here. They're really engaged in all the modern things, like we're saying, cricket and 3D printers and just various things like editing software and things for photography and video and all that sort of stuff. We all prop each other up, you know. The wonderful thing about this place too is if you're having a bad day, just come in, you'll feel better. We feel better. Like, you know, it's just, everything's better if we get into that wonderful community spirit and we prop each other up and we can all share things and help each other.
Yeah, that's the beauty of a place like this, and we've only been here a short time, but I know we feel the vibe of being relaxed and having a great time and just smiling and having an awesome day when we're here. Grant, it's been such a pleasure to meet you and such a pleasure to get your story, and thanks so much again for coming on the show.
Wonderful, thank you so much.
This is Raw with Angus Hamill.
Well, that right there was the story of the co-founder of the Vibe Newcastle, the awesome performance, music and visual arts studio that we got the chance to tour on a field trip for tonight's episode of Raw. But not only that, the co-founder as well of Newcastle rock band The Screaming Jets, Grant Walmsley, joining us to tell us all about his history working in the world of music and then converting that into working in the world of disability, and also a bit about the Screaming Jets as well. Really was such a fascinating chat and a super cool guy to meet. And if you'd like to find out more information about the Vibe Newcastle, you can head to our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Coast FM 963. Scroll down till you see the promo post for tonight's episode of Raw. There is a link on there to the Vibe Newcastle's Facebook page where you can have a look and see what sort of things they're doing up there. It really is super cool. And there's also a picture in the comments of Brandon Macmillan holding Grant's guitar that he used to write the riff for Better by the Screaming Jets. And that brings us to the end of Raw for this evening. I do hope you've enjoyed tonight's show where we went up to the Vibe in Newcastle. Next week we're going to be hearing more about that place with a few of the awesome participants there and what they've been doing.